Hello everyone, this is Gaga Wearing Freak here. Sorry about the lack of updates as of late. Just most of the time I wasn't really in the mood or was too emotional or my anxiety kept bugging me due to recent events that happened and I'm still working on them, but regardless I'm hopefully getting better at them. Anyway, I'm here to give you guys another fan fiction reading today and uh since my door is closed and everyone is busy and my brother's in the other room and he's doing his own thing, I'm gonna read The Ed's Grown Up by Lichens Are God's Gift to Furries. I remember reading this about, I think, 3 years ago, Probably like a one-shot read just to see, because I never really read, except for a few times about the fan fictions about the Eds, and if you hear like this weird little ruffling sound, it's because I have my mic in my hand and I really don't have a place for it because I'm sitting in my bed. So yeah, apologies in advance. Anyway, on with the fanfiction reading. Again, The Ed's Grown Up by Lichens Are God's Gift to Furries. Here we go. Peach Creek, a small, short of out-of-the-way suburban town. Rather quiet and peaceful, except for one cul-de-sac that used to be home to a rather colorful and diverse group of kids. Yet that was long ago. The houses in the houses in this little neighborhood remain the same, untouched by time, as if by some creepy magic. Wouldn't be surprised at that point, since with the Eds and everyone who lives there, the kids anyway, it's like whenever they get hit or killed, no, not killed, it's like whenever they get hit by something or fall or whatever, it's usually like really, really bad, and they're usually fine within like the next episode or within a couple of hours during that time. So, wouldn't be surprised if there was something going on in that town like that. Or in that one theory where they said they were in purgatory, which I don't get why they say it's purgatory. I don't even know what purgatory is. Anyway, back to this. It seemed quiet now, unlike any usual summer day. Unlike any usual summer day, where the three Eds were out trying to trick the other children out of their money to buy jawbreakers, which usually caused some form of massive damage to the cul-de-sac or its members. Especially in the movie, that was really bad. I'm still trying to figure out what they did in that movie. Wish they explained though, but The only child that remained here was Rolf, the immigrant son of a shepherd still tending to the family farm. Perhaps it was his strange Eastern Europe culture he'd grown up in as a young boy. We never know where he's from. Some people, my brother and I, would usually say he's from like Sweden or some form, but we looked at his skin tone and it's like, I don't think he's from Sweden. Apologize to anyone who lives in Sweden and is not light-skinned. But we never know where he's from. It always used to bug me beyond belief, but I'm guessing he's one of those characters where he's from an unknown country, or that hasn't been discovered yet, or something we don't even know. I don't even know. Or perhaps maybe that he'd found good business as a farmer, although he also tried out as a barber for a bit. Sadly, that didn't pan out so well, especially in that one episode, where every haircut he did was all of his haircut in style. Anyway, he kept making people's hair look like his own. Oh, how ironic. Wilfred the pig was now older too, while his cow and Victor the goat had passed away years before. Aww, poor cow and Victor. Aww, I'm sad when animals die. That's just me. Rolf had grown a beard and mustache now, along with a more muscular, hairy body. This is what happens when you train in the farm for many years. The, I swear this. The years on the farm had made. Oh, the years on the farm he had to thank for that. How ironic again. Yet while he was tending to his farm this day, a rather old, beaten-down truck drove into the cul-de-sac today. It parked in front of one of the old homes, and a yellow-skinned man came out. I'm going to guess this is Ed. I'm going to guess that was Ed. That's Ed because Ed is the only one who has yellow skin. As a child, one would believe that this man. No wait. As a child, one would believe this man to be someone who would amount to nothing. Yep, this is Ed. His obsession with monster movies and comics, his diet of gravy and toast, which I don't understand, all mixed with some unexplained fetish for chickens, led to that theory. Fetish for chickens? He just loves chickens. It's not a fetish. At least I hope not. Then again, maybe that one episode. He just likes chickens. That's all I'm gonna say. That's just me. Yet that wasn't the case. Ed had actually made something great of his life, something his family could be proud of. He had his insane superhuman strength to thank for that. It helped him in getting a college scholarship and going on to become a professional football star. Makes sense, especially when I took that sociology class. It's like now, sometimes, like if you're physically good with something, or good with sports, you could just like soar and go and make money with that, and you don't really need an intuition or go to college for that, which is good for Ed, which, also now you amount to something. Nobody could stop Ed. Makes sense because he is really strong. Those who tried went to the hospital, poor saps. Or as he called himself, Ed the spawn of Evil Tim! Yes, Ed still clung to his comic book and movie ways, even after all these years. He even wrote a few of his own. Creativity. Even though you're not very smart when it comes to literature or whatever, when it comes to stuff you love, if the stuff you love can get you far, then that's all that matters. I mean, like if you like drawing or whatever, or I like writing, that'll get me far. I hope. It should. Anyway. Oh no, I lost my place. Oh wait, I found it. The mashed potato robots from the haunted supermarket. The robot aliens who came from our toenails. Plus these are the names of the things. The mashed potato robots from the haunted supermarket. The robot aliens who came from our toenails. Plus the brother of Evil Tim. Very odd yet entertaining comics. Sorry. Very odd yet entertaining comics. Ed was about to walk into his old home when a certain white, very clean-looking car drove up and parked near his own. Double D, I bet. He's always like... I always see that Ed Double D as like the OCD person. I don't know why, but if you know what I mean. OCD, very tidy and clean. Next Mr. Clean. Anyway. The next Mr. Clean. Anyway. Outstepped Double D. Oh wait. Outstepped Ed, or Double D as everyone used to call him. Oh, I gotta think of an Ed voice. Oh no, I forgot. I just had it. Where's your hat? Ed asked, seeing his friend not wearing it anymore. We never really know what's under Double D's hat. That always used to bug me when I was a kid and as a teen. I watched Ed and Eddy a lot, even the reruns, so don't blame me. Yeah, Yeah, that we never know what's under Double D's hat, and usually, my brother we used to would find this one comic. I don't know if he has it now on Deviant Art where um, this guy would just draw like him, Double D with blonde hair, just to substitute something. Either that or he's bald. Or what my brother said, he has a giant brain and has a defect as a result of that, which would explain his smartness. It's even that. Okay, back to the story. Ed had a terrible deformity on his head. What is wrong with is this fanfic like assuming? I only read this like a year ago, so whatever. It's like every assumption is just right there in front of me. Ed had a terrible deformity on his head, which exposed part of his brain. Yet after going to college and majoring in science and inventing. Oh wait. Yet after going to college and majoring in science and inventing, he managed to create a cure for it. Thus now he had a regular head, hair and all. Not gonna assume anything. I thought he had surgery, but anyway, in fact, he had even won the Nobel Prize. It wasn't that surprising to his friend, though. Double D had gone on to become a great scientist and inventor. No surprise there, since he's really smart. His vast love of knowledge and tinkering with things were what he had to thank for that. Plus his buddies, who in a way pushed him to do things others would believe impossible. AKA Eddy, who's the lazy one out of the group. Hang on, my arm's itching. Soon, more cars and a motorcycle drove up. That's probably Kevin. Each filled with another grown-up version of one of the children from around here. Jimmy and Sarah stepped out of the pink car. Jimmy had gone on to become an artist with the little whimsy boy always had an eye for art, and with a girl like Sarah backing him up in the world, nothing could stop that boy. Plus all that pushing eventually led him to stand up on his own 2 feet and push himself further beyond his comfort zone and into a whole new world altogether. Critics were my throat. Critics were left speechless in awe at what the boy created, or what that boy created, whatever. Sarah ran a successful toy and makeup line. She'd always be a little girl at heart, a little angry girl, but I never really knew why Sarah was so angry half the time. Anyway, she'd always be a little girl at heart, yet she still kept a bit of that viscous nature in her. Yep. At the very least, she had grown up to love her brother more and not use him as a tool. Aww. Well, that's nice. Ed thanked Jimmy / his new brother-in-law for that. Wait, so... brother? Oh, they got married, okay. Ed thanked Jimmy / his new brother-in-law for that. Jimmy taught her to be nice to people more. Kevin and Naz were also wed now. Kevin becoming a professional stunt biker. His whole life was his old bike he rode as a kid. To be honest, he almost didn't marry Naz because of it. We kind of saw that in the movie, but Yet no boy could escape her charm, especially when she hit puberty. The boys, the boys liked her a lot then. Naz became a stay-at-home mom, a good, a good-looking, wait, a good-looking stay-at-home mom. Yep, she still had it, even after all these years. Johnny and Plank, oh, I almost forgot about them. Johnny and Plank hadn't shown up though. Wait, why not? Where are they? Where'd they go? Oh, I'm going to guess Johnny went with. He's a part of nature, or he's out with nature, and you know what I mean. Johnny and Plank hadn't shown up though. That boy was never totally right in the head. Some say he went off to live in the mountains with the trees and Plank. Some say Plank got destroyed one day and Johnny lost his mind soon after. Oh, I hope that didn't happen. Someone probably wrote a fanfic about that. I don't know. Others say he lives alone, a prisoner of his imaginary friend. Nobody knows the truth for sure though. Okay, there's nothing wrong with like living in your imagination and stuff. Believe me, it's trust me, it's not. Just have to balance it out between reality and your fantasy, and when to be in the reality and to be in the fantasy, and seeing if you can mesh them together to try to help you out when things aren't going your way. But anyway, that's just me and my own personal experience. Okay, nobody knows the truth for sure though. I'm going to assume he probably lived in the mountains with Plank. The same could be said about the Canker sisters. Oh, I forgot about them. Some say they got arrested. Some say they got arrested. Others say they lived off the street. What? Others say they live off the streets now. Being so poor and all, there was even a rumor that they fought each other to the death. There was even a rumor that they fought each other to the death over Eddy's bro. No comment. No comment. And that Lee wed him. Okay. All everyone knew was that they left shortly after the Eds did. They couldn't be without their men. I gotta think of a Double D voice. It seems almost everyone is here, Double D said. Kevin. I don't see why we gotta be here, Kevin said. That dork deserved what happened to him. Kevin, Naz said. Kevin, shut up. Or Kevin, shut it up. I don't even know how to say it, but yeah, Kevin, shut up. I gotta think of one for him. Oh, God. Okay, crap, dropped it. I agree with him, Jimmy said. He's the reason I had to wear that retainer for so many years. It was mostly because of his brother's influence and teachings, Double D said, defending his friend. Of course, they were all talking about Eddy. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. Eddy hadn't become anything successful in his adult life. Heck, he didn't even graduate middle school. Wow, that's sad. After dropping out, his parents dumped him with his brother at the Mondo Agogo amusement park, describing that if their youngest son wanted money, he would have to earn it the way normal people did, quote unquote normal, with work. Perhaps that would shape him up and teach him a lesson. Knowing Eddy, that probably wouldn't work, and knowing Eddy, that would probably make him want to do something really stupid. Yet Eddy being... crap, I'm losing my place. Okay. Yet Eddy, being the stubborn little boy he was, still tried to pull off scams on the customers of the park. Yet this just caused business to plunder, and in return caused a fight to erupt between him and his brother, which led to their tragic demise. Eddy's brother was never found. The heck? What was it? What happened? I mean, seriously, I just read this like a year, like, you know what I mean? I read this for a while. I read this like 3 years ago, and I forgot like these parts. It's just what happened to Eddy and what happened to his brother. I mean, I don't even know. Anyway, I'm kind of dwelling too much into this. That's why they were all here, to pay their respects to an old friend. The funeral was sad and short. Lee Kanker was there with her baby boy. He looked a lot like Ed, yet had 3 red hairs instead of black. Double D had a few words about his friend. Although it was hard to say anything nice about him, mostly he just called Eddy a victim to the pleasures of the world. Pretty much. And other things. Even though he was a jerk, he had to pay respects to people who are jerks. I mean, you know, like, even though the person or people who you've experienced have not been very nice, I've had this happen, you do have to be nice because, you know, they might have some issues that they're going through, emotional or family issues, and, you know, maybe they just want to, you know, just having that nice thing being said could just help them out. And if not, some stuff could happen, and that usually isn't a good thing to do or happen. Yeah. Poor Eddy. Oh, my nose. Okay. In the end, they buried him. Yet not before Ed tossed a jawbreaker. Okay, I thought he was gonna toss himself in there. That would be really dumb. Yet not before Ed tossed a jawbreaker into Eddy's grave. Oh, I gotta think of an Ed voice. All he lived. Oh, wait. How do you think of an Ed voice? All he lived was for candy, Ed said. What a sad life. That is pretty sad. I knew I should have set that kid. Oh wait, that's Eddy's father. I knew I should have sent that kid to military school, Eddy's father said. His wife just wept for the loss of both of their sons. It seemed amazing, even after all the sorrow and disappointment Eddy had brought upon his family, she still loved him. Well, yeah, Eddy's, you know, she's his son after all. So was the end of Eddy, the boy who never grew up. The end. That was a good story, and it was also sad. I think I probably read like 3 or 4 of this guy's work. I'm sorry for reading so much, it's just really good. Yeah, that was a good story. Good random fanfiction reading. I gotta read more random stuff hopefully soon. I have a little bit of time between a couple of times, and usually if no one is bugging me, mostly my cats, I can try and read a little bit more random fanfiction readings a little bit soon. I have a I have a list, or more specifically a folder that I usually put the stories I want to read, and this was the one I wanted to read the most out of the others. I don't think I'm going to be reading a whole lot of MLP fanfictions because there's like so many of those, so I'm going to draw myself out of that, and also other things like train more. Well, let me be more specific. Well, yeah, train more because I have an upcoming fight soon. But also, with these past, I think it's been a year, I think, or maybe two, I don't know. But with what I've encountered and have experienced, thank God I was able to find that place when I did, because my anger was really bad. Um, with everything I went through, it helped me actually become mentally tough. I thank God for that. I really do. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it and thinking that I could and all that stuff. And uh, yeah, I guess with all that stuff and just not being so attached to people, so they say. I'm gonna have to probably do more on this random site. I don't know. Probably not. I'm also gonna have to edit a whole lot of other things, and probably not be so wrapped up in looking at stuff so much. Not so much as looking at stuff so much, more like trying to back away from the internet for a bit, because I'm seeing now it's starting to kind of stress me out in a way. Well, not stress me out, but I don't know. It's hard to explain for me. It's hard for me to explain. It makes sense to me and someone I was talking to, and she said she understands and everything. Plus, I want to focus more on training and trying to get stuff done and everything else. But do not fret. I will continue to read fan fiction readings. I will continue to do fan fiction read alouds. Because I love doing them and I just like to randomly do them. Just gotta lay a little bit off the YouTube aspect so I can not be so. Just gotta lay a bit off the internet, so to say, and focus a little bit more on things that I need to get done, like my mental health and all that stuff. Not like I haven't been, but I just gotta focus a little bit more on that and stuff, and not worry so much about life and people, because I'm seeing now people is kind of, my anxiety is kind of where, I'm trying to put this in words, because my anxiety is related to people and other stuff and stuff and stuff and stuff and stuff. But yeah, anyway, I'm just rambling and I'm just probably gonna stop. I might do other stuff, and yeah. Hope you guys have a good day, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are or whatever country you live in. And have an awesome day, have an awesome night, afternoon, evening, wherever. And keep doing what you guys love, keep being you, and have an awesome day.